appreciate the fact that my wife made you a nice banana pudding and you didn't even want to share it.
Oh man, I appreciate it, and it was good. and I did share it. I did share it.
With who?
I gave Julie a little piece.
I'm talking about your partner, man.
Oh no, that wasn't that. Oh no, cat. I'm like Jenny. Oh no, cat.
Well, that's all right, man. So we got some good guests waiting to come in. Ready to get this show rolling. I just got one question to ask you before we get started. Been thinking about this all week. Football starting, NFL starting. Are you gonna actually still stay with the Cowboys?
Oh, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I've been with that since the Dorsett days. When my mama first bought me some little pads and a little shirt, I was number 33 out there running my brothers over in the yard. Absolutely, I'm staying with the Cowboys. But the question is you going with the Bears? Is you going with the Cardinals? Who just won the Super Bowl last year? That's probably who you going with. Out of Rams, is that who you going with?
Hey, man, I like the Bears just because of sweetness. Walter Payton. I can't leave the Bears because Payton was there. But as you know, we've done a lot of things with the Cardinals. They've been really receptive to us and to the kids. We're here within the city. So, I'm a Cardinal fan. I'll say it in front of millions of people this morning. I'm a Cardinals fan in front of tens and tens of people. So,
well, we'll see if that sentiment stay the same if they ain't doing well this year. We'll see.
Hey, man, I'm gonna stay true. All right. But as we move forward, we want to make sure that, hey, if you like the show, please subscribe. Let us know what you're thinking about as we move forward. And we just want to bring the best product we can. So, Coach, last week we had the girls NABI team on. They went all the way and won things. And this week we got Coach Rob and a couple of players from the AZ Warriors on the boys' side that did the exact same thing, man. So with that, I want to bring our guest on for this morning. So Coach Rob, we got Coach Rob and a couple of his players, Jalen Redhouse and Caden Yazzie. So how's everybody doing this morning? You guys can unmute and
good morning.
Let's talk. How you doing, Coach Rob? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. Thank you for allowing us to be on this platform with you this morning.
Hey, man, we're just having fun, chopping it up and just excited to see these kids out here really being successful throughout the state.
Yeah, we appreciate it. And I just wish I had some of that pudding as well.
Coach, I'm telling you, his wife made one of the best banana puddings that I've ever tasted. And, Grandma made some banana pudding that was real good, but I think Coach Janie's, woo, I'm telling you, Coach.
Hey, Coach Rob, we'll hook you up. We'll get together sometime.
Sounds good.
Coach, let's go ahead and get into it. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, your basketball background, how you got into coaching, and then a little bit about your AZ Warriors team and program.
Yeah, so I think I've been at it. I think this was my 29th year coaching. And one of the reasons I got into it, my background in basketball playing stopped at high school. But one of the reasons I got into coaching is when I was in high school, I attended high school in Mesa Public Schools. And I knew a lot of the coaches there, from various camps. And a couple of them said something to me that really rang in my head. And that when I asked the question, how come there aren't more Native kids on the teams? Because, you go out to the leagues on the reservations and you'd have great players who could do incredible things. They were shooting from the 3-point line before the high schools had a 3-point line, because at the gyms, they would have the NBA line and the kids would be shooting them from there. That was before the high school introduced their 3-point line. And so great shooters, great talent, and asking some of the coaches how come they don't have more on their teams. I remember they said simply because they play a different style of ball. They play that res style, or even just they get wild on the court, things like that. And I didn't truly understand that. There's one part that could say, wait, you're calling us wild? What are you saying? But at the same part, me and my cousins, we were playing. So it wasn't necessarily about who we were, it was about basketball itself. It was about fundamental basketball. And so that's when I started a program in the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian community, along with a friend who helped, Marianne Wood, who we started teaching fundamental basketball to the younger ages. And that's where it evolved from. Eventually, I moved on to start coaching with the high school levels. But our goal has always been to help Native American athletes perform at the higher levels, that we're teaching the fundamentals, that we're giving them the confidence they need to make their teams and to give support. A lot of times when you have, like Jason here, for example, when he moves down, his family moves in town from the Navajo reservation. They don't have the resources they once did. When you live on the reservation, you'll have certain resources, you'll have gym access. And a lot of time the tribe is able to provide that at no cost for the kids. Well, when they move out here, it's, it's pay to play out here in the Phoenix area. So what we do is we provide this, what we can at either no cost or low cost for participation, just to keep them competitive and just to help them get their name out there. So yeah, that's what our program is all about.
And Coach, you mentioned when you got into it and you saw, other college programs, the fact that they didn't have any Native American players, or they didn't have many, and we all know the skill set of the Native American players. And they said it's because they play res ball. Could you describe to the audience a little bit, what's the difference between res ball and, say, structured basketball?
Well, that's the thing, though. Through my experience, I don't even use the term res ball to describe any young athlete. And the reason for that is, just as, I share that, and these were high school coaches who made that claim, is that although, for our people, we carry it at high esteem, there's a reason for that. We're proud of our athletes, and we're proud of what we do, and we're proud of the love that we have for the game. However, when you look at how it was used, connotation there was to put down. And what I think, what we try to do with our program is, the reason we don't say res or any style, we just call it basketball. Right. Basketball is the universal language. And, what we teach is that through basketball, it's a language that we all speak. We just have a different accent at times, right? Right. Fully understand and comprehend how to speak that language. Because if you only learn one style, it limits you. If you only know one way, it limits you. And when you're limited, you tend to blame the coaches, or you tend to blame the team. Oh, it's just not my style, or I can't play my game. Well, you're not supposed to have a game, right? You're supposed to be a part of the game and be able to adapt. And I think that's the biggest thing that's that's held back a lot of our athletes as they make it to the collegiate level, or get those opportunities, is the idea of adapting their game. It becomes difficult for them. And so, we play a variety of different styles. We can run and gun with the best of them, but we also can slow it down. We can get player movement. Our whole program, we want our athletes to understand the game, to learn the game, to raise their IQ levels, and that's what we seek to do.
Hey, so we got two of your players here, Coach, Jason and Caden. Good morning, guys. You can unmute your phones. Yeah, cool.
Good morning,
so,
good morning.
Hey, tell us how it is playing for Coach Rob.
It's fun. It's an experience.
He can't make you run, man. Come on. Tell the truth. I'm sure it is. Just looking, and I'm just meeting him today. Seems like an awesome guy. But as a player, does he really push you to your limits?
Yeah. He'll push you till you can't go no more. That's just what Rob does.
Yes, we're good. So how was the experience playing in NABI and winning also? What was that experience like?
It was a surreal experience. Go ahead, Jay.
Basically what I said. Basically what I was thinking. You got it.
Right. So was this the closest you guys had gotten, or had you been to the Final Four before? Or
Last year I played with another team during NABI, and then we got to the Elite Eight, I think, and then we lost.
I played 2 years prior with the AZ Warriors, but I played on like the younger team, and I think we were first round. We didn't make it out the first round.
Well, this is quite an accomplishment, and to you also, Coach Rob. And Coach Rob, I know that you have players from all over. I know you got Noah Brown from Winslow.
Yeah,
that's how I got your information, actually.
yeah.
From Juana. Juana's a young lady that we've known since she was a little girl. So where are most of your players from? And how do you reach as far as Winslow to grab a player?
You know, we majority of our players are in the Phoenix area, but we don't turn players away. And you know, that's the one thing. If you come to our program, I mean, we have in our program, you know, we have players that, you know, like Coda Benson, for example. He's East Valley Player of the Year. And then all the way down the spectrum, we have beginners, high school even, who, you know, last night we're working with them how to make a layup. But we don't turn players away. It's a development program. And so when we get someone like Noah, for example, who says he wants to be a part of the program, we understand that the travel thing. And so what he does is he would come down on weekends and or when he had a break, he had family down here that he'd stay with and train with us for a week. And we, you know, what we do what we can to support. Caden here, Farmington High School, would come down during the summers and train with us. He stayed down here for a couple of weeks before NABI, you know, just to get in playing shape, workout, practice. So, you know, if they're willing to make that trip, then we'll be here for them. You know, that's we have an open door policy.
That's good stuff. And just talking about the NABI tournament itself, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Jason. Jason, you come, y'all past that stage of the Final Four, because trust me, I've been coaching for 16 years and we done been to the Final Four so many times. We finally broke through and got to the championship this year, but we didn't do like y'all did and actually win it. And so you walking in the Footprint Center, what's going through your mind in that moment as you're walking in, you're hitting the floor, you're looking up into the lights, what's going through your mind?
It's just like what every other kid was thinking, like playing on the NBA floor, hoping to win it all too.
Yeah, that's definitely a special moment, you know, being able to play, like you say, on the NBA floor. Caden, how about you? What was going through your mind as you walked in and hit the floor before the championship game started?
The nerves were settling in. I had to really get settled in with the game, and other than that, it was crazy. It's a crazy feeling.
I think that's the feeling you're supposed to have, man. If you don't have those nerves, you're not a competitor. You know, you got to feel it. So that's cool. Because Rob, as for you, walking in as the leader of this team, how was it feeling?
You know, I think this was our 5th time in the arena with NABI. So I could see the nerves. I could see what was going on with them. And I was just trying to do what I can to help them feel comfortable, let them just take on the experience. One of the things I didn't want was for them to be so, you know, just stressed out about the game that they don't enjoy the experience. And, you know, it's just a remarkable feat for both teams. You know, NABI is one of the most grueling tournaments there is. It's very stressful. It's a week long. You know, and for teams to really, it's about lasting the entire week, you know, physically, mentally, emotionally, it's so draining. And, but I didn't want them to not appreciate that opportunity, you know, not appreciate that, you know, just everything about it. And it was good to see the laughter when they got there. It's good to see the smiles, the pictures, you know, that the night before at the Mercury game, they went out, they were on camera dancing around with the dance team. You know, they said they were ready to throw out t-shirts, but they didn't let them. But that's something these guys ordinarily wouldn't do, you know, just living the experience, living the moment. With basketball, it's a vehicle for experience. It's a vehicle for memories. And that's what I was hoping for, is that they have these long lasting memories of just enjoying themselves and being proud of their accomplishments.
Absolutely. And you mentioned the grueling process. I mean, you guys literally played 10 games in the week's time, and you went 10-0 in that feat. And so could you tell the audience how many teams participate in NABI on the boys side? What were you the best of? Was it a field of 68? Was it a field of, what was it?
Yeah, with that number of teams, and when you have pool play and then you have double elimination, and I can't really put my finger on what we had that was better. I always say that if you can make it to the top four, it's anybody's chance. When you make it to the top four, you can lose, you can win. It's just at that point, it's just a matter of what you're feeling that day. I often said there's some teams we played a NABI that if we played them 10 times, they beat us 9 out of the 10. It's just that day we got the one.
Right.
You got to have that instinct. But the big part of it is, what I try to do is not let the kids think too far ahead. Just focus on this moment. Just focus on where they're at right now. Part of my coaching that I bring into my coaching is, our ancestry, our traditional teachings. And one of our teachings is that when we do something with intent, we're doing it with purpose. We're doing it for others. We're doing it for those who can't. So one of the things the boys are taught is, when you play, you're playing for those who can't. When you're playing for those whose spirit needs to be lifted that day. You're playing in representation of your people, of your family. And, so that when they put that in their mind, that it takes away some of the fear that may have about the outcome, that it's not just about win or loss, that it's about just putting yourself out there and making yourself proud and playing with purpose. And I think being able to do that, because I feel they really caught on to that idea. And every game, particularly before a championship game, they shared in our huddle, who were they playing for? Who did they want to represent? And I think when we put in that perspective, that's what the warriorhood mentality is all about. It's that when you do something, it's more than just about you and the outcome. It's about what you present out there. It's what you put out there. And I think these guys really took it on as a true concept to do what they did.
That's awesome, man. Being able to play for something other than just a W. You can take those types of lessons from basketball and you can carry them forward throughout life. So that's awesome.
So question for Caden and Jason right quick. What's the future hold for you two guys? Jason?
Lately I've been talking to a coach from New Mexico. It's like Navajo Tech University. I've been talking to him and we've just been going back and forth so far.
Cool. Well, congratulations, man. Caden?
Thank you.
I'm in the same boat with Jason, talking to the same coach. Navajo Tech. So we've been going back and forth. So
well, that's good stuff. Congratulations to you also.
Thank you.
And one thing I want to put out, I know Coach is just talking about the culture and the things that you do to teach the kids that it's more than winning. And I just want to highlight some of the things Coach Rob has done here. He's a founding member of the Native Wellness Institute and a popular Native American speaker. You've been serving your community for 15 years, it says here. You served on the organizations including the White Bensons, United National Indian Tribe Youth, which is Unity, and the National Congress of American Indians. But the one thing that impressed me, and the one thing you can really help me with Coach Johnston, you're a certified hypnotist, correct?
Yeah.
Can you hypnotize Coach Johnston?
Well, the interesting thing is that the certification of hypnosis was a byproduct of what I was really going after, and that was athletic motivation. And with athletic motivation, what it is simply understanding of players of, again, de-emphasizing win or loss, because overall, the one thing that a tournament like NABI, where you have a hundred and was it 32 teams, roughly 10 kids per team, they all want the same thing. They all want to win it all. And unfortunately, only 20 kids walk away with that feeling. And, it would be really upsetting to think that every kid comes out of there feeling like they failed when it was really about something else. And so athletic motivation, I think NABI does a real good job at that, is making sure they can take something from that tournament that is just more than just winning. Even if it's information through the educational series or just part of the experience. All the kids got tickets to the Mercury game. All of them, when they had the opening night, they could actually go on the court and take pictures on the court, getting brand new jerseys, just a chance to be on the news, and people came and recorded. So, really that's what athletic motivation is all about. It's about, taking away from the things that are going to make them feel like failure and feel that everything they do is part of the development, not only as an athlete, but as a person. And, when you can make that happen for them, they're just going to keep moving forward in that and not worried about the failure and not worry about, or the thoughts of failure, not worry about how people see them if they fall short of their goals. Because, we're talking about a competitive sport,
Right.
talking about a competitive sport also too, it's like, where are they headed? When they're playing in high school level, these guys are stars. I mean, you go to Buckeye where Jason played, he's the star. You go to Farmington, Caden here, MVP, and they have all that support, but yet at the next level, they start over, they lose that support, they lose their playing time that they normally feel they would get. And you know how it goes. The better you get at something, the more hate you're going to come at you. And even to compete at that level, they're going to have to spend more time in the sport than they have before. So, when you're talking about going to the higher level, more time for less less fanfare and more hate.
Right. Well, Coach, we come to the end of our interview, and so it's that time in the show where we have the inspirational part and the Coach Johnston's golden nugget question of the day.
Okay.
All right. So we'll go ahead and we'll give it to all of you, but we'll start off with Caden and Jason, and each of you can answer it and elaborate however you want. Jason, we can start with you, but for the viewers and for anybody coming up, being an athlete that has had success in high school, you just won a NABI championship. Can you tell the viewers what it takes to really excel in a sport through high school, and then hopefully as you get opportunities, even in college?
I would just say, just keep working when nobody's watching. And then, yeah, that's pretty much what I would say. Like, just keep working, being consistent with it, get in the weight room, get stronger, get faster. That's about it. It's consistent.
Consistency. That's great advice there. Caden, how about you?
I think like hard work and dedication, getting into that gym and just being focused when you're there, like no messing around, just get in, get the work done, get out, and then, just focus on the sport, especially your grades. Yeah, I say that too.
Gotta have them grades. And when you mentioned the focus, is it a distraction? I know this is going away a little bit from the golden nugget, but is it tough for athletes now to really get in and focus and work hard like you're talking about, because they're worried about putting something on TikTok or a social media moment? Or is it still easy for you to get in and just focus and work?
I feel like for me, it's easy for me to get in, focus, and just get the work done. But I feel like with other kids, they take to social media. When I don't know. I don't really like the idea of social media, especially when you're training. But when people post stuff on social media, it kind of just takes away from your focus and your work toward the game. So I think social media is like, it's like an if to me.
No doubt. Good stuff. Good stuff. And Coach Rob, so you've been in the coaching for, I think you said 28 years or so. What do you look for in athletes? I know you don't turn anybody away, but what do you look for in terms of skills, character, etc., that somebody watching can really integrate into their game and or into their personality, their character, if they want to be able to participate for a program such as yours?
Well, we have different teams, and we, obviously the guys participate on the team that can compete for that NABI championship. I think for that level, you're looking for players who truly have a relationship with the game. When I talk about relationship, they have respect for the game. They have commitment to the game. They have love for the game, just like any relationship with the person, whether it's your parents or anybody. It really is a relationship. It's a relationship of give and take. When they have that understanding, then they have that understanding. The more attention, the more compassion that they can give to the game, the more they get back from it. And that's when you really find those special kids that are willing to do the extra stuff and are willing to learn and willing to really nurture that relationship they have with the game.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. We definitely appreciate all your wisdom and insight this morning, Coach. Caden and Jason, we appreciate y'all getting up and being on with us. And again, congratulations on winning that NABI championship. Definitely hats off to you and best of luck moving forward with everything y'all do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Coach Rob, we're going to get that banana pudding to you too, man.
Sounds good. We're looking forward to it.
All right. Hey, congratulations, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Coach.
So, hey, just to reiterate what you were saying earlier too, Coach, if you guys are watching the show and enjoying what we do, please subscribe, even hit that thumbs up and give us a like, and just help us get the word out to people across Arizona as we highlight coaches and athletes across the state and especially up in Northern Arizona. But Coach, other than that, man, what's your day gonna be like the rest of the day?
Man, I got this dog keep escaping, man. I got my dog Lily, man. That's just escape artist, man. She's probably out there running around now. So I got to go out here, and I don't know if I'm about to hire armed guards to stand outside the gate or what, but I'm going to have to do something, man. But other than that, I'm just going to enjoy my day off and enjoy Friday, man.
Well, that's good stuff, Coach. And I know you be out there really tracking the dog down. So I'm going to wish you the best of luck today, too. And hopefully she's just sitting there at the front porch waiting for you. She already went on her walk.
Yeah, but as soon as I get there, Coach, she's going to come and she's going to jerk me right quick and then take off on me all the time.
Look, she just know you're a little older and you might not move as fast as you once was. Look here, man. Look here, man. We ain't got no time for all your foolishness. We supposed to get on out of here. I don't know what everybody else is doing today, but I know one thing. You ain't got to go home.
But you got to leave here. Peace.